Are home prices going up or down? Well, it depends. Media coverage about what's happening with home prices can be really confusing. A large part of that is due to the type of data that's being used and what they're choosing to draw attention to. So home prices, there are two different methods that can be used to compare home prices over the different periods of time. So we have a year over year and a month over month, and here's an explanation of both. So year over year, this comparison measures the change in the home prices from the same month or quarter as the previous year. For example, if we're comparing year-over-year home prices for April of 2023, you would compare them to the home prices of April of 2022. Year-over-year comparison focuses on changes over a one-year period. That provides more comprehensive view of kind of the long-term trends. They're usually useful for evaluating annual growth rates and determining if the market is generally appreciating or depreciating. Meanwhile, month-on-month comparisons analyze changes within a single month, giving a more immediate snapshot of the short-term movements and price fluctuations. They're often used to track immediate shifts in demand and supply and seasonal trends, or it can measure specific impacts on specific events in the housing market. So, for instance, if you're comparing month-over-month prices for April of 2023, you're going to want to compare them to the home prices for March of 2023. The key difference between year-over-year and month-over-month comparisons lies in the time frame being assessed. Both approaches have their own merits and serve different purposes depending on the specific analysis that's required. So why is this distinction so important right now? We're about to enter a few months when home prices could possibly be a little lower than they were the same month last year, that year over year. April, May, and June of 2022 were three of the best months for home prices in the history of the American housing market. Those same months this year might not measure up. That means that the year-over-year comparison will probably show values depreciating. The numbers for April seem to suggest that's what we'll see in a couple of months ahead. That'll generate some troubling headlines that say home values are falling. That'll be accurate for the year-over-year basis, and those headlines will lead many consumers to believe that the home values are currently cascading down. However, on a closer look at the month-over-month home prices, we can see that prices have actually been appreciating for the last several months. Those month-over-month numbers more accurately reflect what is truly happening with their home's value. After several months of depreciation, it appears that we're at the bottom and we're now bouncing back. And why does this matter to you? So if you're hearing negative headlines about home prices, remember that they may not be painting the full picture. For the next few months, we'll be comparing prices to last year's record peak, and that might make the year-over-year comparison feel a little bit negative. But if we look at the more immediate month-over-month trends, we can see that home prices are actually on their way back up. The bottom line is, if you have any questions about what's happening with home prices or what's going on in our local market, let's schedule some time to talk. As always, if you found this information helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.